Hi, it's Vic. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how I create a window card. So I'm using La La Land craft products today. So I'm starting off with this double stitched dome die, and then I'm also going to be using the scalloped dome die. So to start with, I have my card base, so I'm just popping the first dome die down on my card base and securing that down with some washi tape. And then we're going to go and run this through the die cutting machine, but first I've opened up my card, so it's just one piece of card going through the machine. So I'm just running that back and forth, and now I'm just removing that washi tape, and it will leave you with your card front with the die cut piece showing. And you can use any shape that you'd like. So I'm going to be making a frame to go around that die cut window. So I have a piece of white card, and I'm first using the scalloped dome die. I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine, and I've secured it down with some washi tape just so it doesn't slip. And then I'm going to be using the dome die. I'm going to be placing that onto that die cut scalloped piece. So this will leave a really pretty frame. And again, I've used washi tape to make sure that my dies don't slip while they're in the die cutting machine. So next I've used the trees die, and I've gone ahead and just die cut this using some white cards, and I love how this looks. I love the little notches in the tree, it's so lovely. So I'm going to be placing this behind my window eventually. I'm just getting a rough idea of where I'm going to be placing all the die cuts I'm using today. And I'm also going to be using the Holiday Smiles clear stamp set. So I've got that piece that was die cut from my card base, and I'm going to be using some tacky glue just to adhere this to the card, so when it opens that piece will be showing. So as this is a brand new stamp set, I'm using Versamark ink to condition the stamps, so this will make your normal ink stick to the stamps a lot better. So if you do have new stamp sets and they're not stamping clearly, try this because it seems to work every time. So I've got some Copic friendly cardstock, I've got my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm just going ahead and I'm stamping two of them critters today. These hedgehogs are so cute. I absolutely loved colouring these in. So if you're interested in what colours I've used, I've wrote them all down here, and I'm also going to be showing you how I coloured them in and blended the colours together. So for the hedgehog's main body, I've got E23, so I'm just applying my shade in here, and then I'm using E21 to colour the rest of the body. And to start with, it looks pretty horrendous. These two colours take a little while to blend together, but I love how they blend eventually. So just grin and bear it, because I promise you it's completely worth the time it takes to blend them two colours together. So next I'm going to be doing his nose and his little shoes, so I've used E13 and E18. I've used R20 for his ears and cheeks, and then I'm going in with R22 just to darken it up. Now for the rest of his body, I've gone in with my E79, and I'm just going around the outer edge where the spikes will be, and then I've got E74, so I'm just going to go ahead and colour the rest of his spikes, and then I'm going to be blending that with the E79. I've then gone and used my E49 marker just to go and darken them edges, and you can see it's brought him to life a little bit more. And for his hat, I've just used E41. I've just done some strokes on the sides, and then I'm going in with my reds to colour his hat. And then I'm just moving on to his little coffee cup. So I've got my reds again and I've used E18. And now I have my jelly roll pen, so I'm going to go and add some highlights to his cheek and to his hat. So I've gone and coloured in the other little hedgehog. He's exactly the same colours, I've just added some green and yellow to his present. So for my background, I have the Wood Rings background stamp. So this is a deeply etched rubber stamp, and I absolutely love this stamp, and I thought it'd look really cute on the card. So I've got some Memento Toffee Crunch ink. So because I don't want anything going on to that piece that's going to be on the inside of the card, I've just got some white paper and I'm just lifting the top up and placing that in, so when I go to stamp, it's not going to stamp on the inside part of the card. So as this colour is a little bit dark, I'm going to go ahead and stamp this onto another piece of plain paper, and with the remaining ink I'm then going to place my card front on top of the rubber stamp and just apply some pressure just to get a very light texture to my card. So here you can see that it's a lot lighter than the first time I stamped. So now I'm going to be placing that tree as it's going behind the dome piece. I've applied some PVA glue straight to that, and I've just added some pressure to stick that down. And then I have that scalloped frame that we made earlier, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop some foam pads onto the back of this. And I've popped some 3D foam pads onto the back of this just to give it a bit more texture, and I think it looks really pretty once it's placed down onto my card. So now I'm just going to pop that onto my card. You can see the trees behind and it looks pretty. So now that's done, I'm going to go ahead and adhere one of the hedgehogs to the front of the card. So I've placed some foam tape to his feet, and then I'm going to trim down a little piece that I'm then going to pop just behind him, and it will stick to one of the branches from that tree die, just so he's not flopping about on the front of the card. He's nice and secure. And then I'm going to be placing that second hedgehog inside the actual frame, so I'm just using PVA glue to adhere him down. So once the second hedgehog's placed down, I've gone ahead and I've die cut a house. So this is the houses die. There's two houses and then there's also some snow for the roof. So I've just used one of the houses for the card today, and I'm popping that inside the actual frame. So I've just again used a little bit of PVA glue to secure that down. I've then gone ahead and used the builder frame stitched large die, and I've gone ahead and used some white card to die cut that out, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment that comes in the hedgehog stamp set. I'm just using that Memento ink that I used for the background with the wood rings, and now I'm just popping this onto my card. Just going to go ahead and trim off the edges or any other bits that might be poking out at the sides, and then I've got some small little gems just to add onto my card just to give it a little bit of extra glimmer. And now the card's all finished, and that's how I make a window card. So again, you can use any die you have, just as long as it fits on your card front, you will be absolutely fine. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.